Hello police, what is your emergency?
Receive. We've got any units free. We're now getting an I grade. 2-4, go ahead.
So my name's Jules Dawson. I've been police officer for I was a special constable for 3 years before joining the job as a PC. I've been working on Westminster for about 7.5 years now. So at the moment we're just taking an I-graded call to Carlton House Terrace, which is just off the Mall, to a suspicious package. We get a lot of these in Westminster, obviously being the borough where we are. So these are quite a common occurrence. Most of the time they turn out to be nothing, but the odd occasion we do deem suspicious and we do call them and we bring in sort of experts, etc. But I'm hoping on this occasion it'll be nothing, but we'll soon find out. Dispose of it, yeah. So as expected, all safe. So we'll take it and we'll just dispose of it, just save us getting any more calls. Yeah, that's the most common result. As I say, I've probably only ever done a handful where I've had to actually sort of call it, get people down, etc. But I'd say 9 times out of 10, this is what we do. I find sort of late turns especially is probably one of our busiest shifts because it's just call after call after call after call. And if we've not got a lot of numbers in, because we get a lot of obstructions with aid, yeah, you're just being bounced from one call to another. So being proactive is quite a hard thing to do these days.
So we had a abandoned phone call from a distressed female. That's why it's sort of, for me, it made me think straight away of any potential domestics. Hence why I've asked the controller to do IOP searches on the previous calls to that address. And it's confirmed that there has been previous incidents between mum and daughter of domestic incidents. Initially this call came out as an S grade, which is 45 minutes. So someone that's not a blue light driver like George would be able to go to. However, because of the call of the distressed female and the previous history stating domestic incidents, then George obviously flagged that up to the controller asking for it to be put on immediate response. Therefore, we can use the blue lights and drive a bit faster to get us there quicker in case obviously there is someone's in danger at the address.
Hello, can we come in? Okay. Yeah, so the call gone to is, well, just been to rather, domestic incident between mum and daughter. It's obviously escalated to a point where the daughter's had to call the police. There's been no kind of physical assault or any other kind of offences. It's literally just a heated argument. It'll be passed through to our community safety unit who deal with domestics. They can review it as well. If there are clear offences there, either someone's been assaulted or things like that, then it usually does lead to an arrest. In these circumstances, it can be a bit more tricky. Sometimes you can argue that going down the route of arrest can cause more bad than good. Sometimes a short-term solution to a long-term problem. But you have to, with domestics, you have to look at it mainly by risk. You have to be on the ball really, I suppose, for any call that comes out. Save life and limb is always our top priority. So if there is a call to someone on a bridge, we kind of drop everything else, and that's it's one we have to go to. So that's always a call that we'll prioritise and try and get to as soon as we can. So the call we're going to now is a male at Leicester Square at the urinals, masturbating. So yeah, we'll get to figure out what's going on, try and speak to the caller, try and locate the man in question. It could be anything to do with mental health, or we could just be doing it for his own self-gratification, but we'll soon find out. So the got a call obviously to the gentleman in the toilet, masturbating. We've spoke. Well, the informant flagged us down, told us what had happened.
He had his phone out. He's watching porn.
Standing at the
You see in the rhino just watching porn.
Found the gentleman. He was pulling his trousers up as we got to him in the urinal. We've let him out, had a chat with him, sort of done our checks, all the procedural things that we do. Unfortunately, the informant and his friend, they didn't wish to. They wanted to remain anonymous. Essentially, they didn't want to provide a statement or go to court. So, in those circumstances, we've got no real evidence. Has to be someone who's outraged by the event. In this case, we haven't got a statement to say that. So we've done all our checks. He's been given some very strong words of advice. Advised that obviously if he does have those urges, he should do it in a more private setting, as it were. So yeah, we do definitely go to calls that are not strictly police matters. A large majority of that is to do with mental health and mental health related calls. But yeah, it can take up a lot of our time. But that's what we're there for, to make sure that people are safe and things get dealt with accordingly.
The call doesn't come out as a mental health related incident, something as clear cut as there's a lady screaming in the street, but just try and relax, or somebody's having a mental health crisis, or we're going to the street to a lady apparently setting fire to things and throwing them out the window.